So I have a longish sort of introduction. So I turned 42 last year, and I must confess I had a huge midlife crisis. And I didn't know what I was doing, what I should be doing, and I happened to see this movie called The Intern. Have you guys watched that movie, The Intern? Okay, Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway, very cool movie. And I got very inspired, and I said, that's my next step. I really want to do that. And I bumped into these guys, these maverick investors, Ashish and Sheetal at GrowX's investments, and we sort of hit it off. And the next I know, I became the intern at GrowX Ventures. 3 months into my assignment with GrowX, I realized that both Ashish and Sheetal, they are going through a bigger midlife crisis than even I was. So one day Sheetal walked in, and he was wearing earrings. And Sheetal's a guy, by the way. The other day Ashish walked in. I knew him as someone who's clean shaven, and suddenly he had a big beard. But I think in all of this, I was very reassured that I'm working with like-minded people. Just to give you a quick background. I took over a book publishing company in my earlier avatar, and grew it 10 times in 15 years, which back in the day was very exciting, but is no longer good enough. Sold my company 3 years back, which was very cool back then, continues to be very cool right now, and spent some time abroad, came back, and became a part of GrowX. The investment thesis at GrowX is we're focused on very B2B specific enterprise deep tech ventures at the seed stage. Done 20 investments so far. There's been 1 exit. We've had 6 up rounds so far. One from Sequoia, one from Xfinity, one from Nexus. Some of the popular investments, they're very B2B, so you may not have heard of them. There's a Match Street 10, which is an AI-based visual search tool. There is Locus, where it's deep technology for a lot of logistics companies. There's Shepherd's, which is back-end as a service for app developers. One of the things we're very proud about at GrowX is that we're very focused on founders. We want to make sure that we're very engaged investors. And we do that by helping out with strategy, helping out with a lot of fundraising efforts, helping out with opening doors for business development. And let me end by telling you a typical week at GrowX. So Ashish and I, we spent a week. We spent 3 days in Israel some time back. Got totally blown away by the quality of startups that we saw. Came back, 2 days were spent in a 100-kilometer walk that we were doing for charity. We spread over 2 days with 250 other teams. So 4 of us of GrowX, we went there and we did that. Raised the maximum amount of money amongst the 250 teams, somehow finished the walk, came back, totally exhausted, burnt out. Spent the next 2 days walking shop to shop in Karol Bagh with a couple of founders, looking at every shop for mobile repair, mobile accessories, because that's a venture that we are evaluating. So that gives you a sense of the culture at GrowX and a typical week there. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.